We're heading to a small village called Staylittle in central Wales, a community that's cut off from the modern world. It's known as a not spot, an area with terrible internet and phone reception. We've called a meeting with the residents in the village hall.
Who here has a mobile phone? Who here has a mobile phone that actually works regularly and you can rely on?
Who can make a call right now?
So almost everybody has a mobile phone, but only 3 people, I think, have one that actually works. Whose landline does not work regularly per year? Wow.
Yeah, that's
a big one.
That's very little.
Do you get angry about it?
Frustrated, I think, isn't it, really? It's frustration rather than anger.
I have to contact my carer. I do need her to have a line I can reach her at any time.
Who needs the internet?
It's the things like, for my daughter here, she's 9, and my family are getting older. Homework. I can't get online for basic information about Victorians a couple of weeks ago. I can't do that. And that's not helping my children's education.
Increasingly, there's a lot of things you have to do that you can only do online.
But when you look at the rest of Britain has it, why should we be excluded from that?
With the meeting over, we head out to investigate. The first problem here is the landline. The infrastructure was built an age ago. It definitely can't support the internet, and the villagers are struggling to make phone calls with it. Mrs. Bucknell has experienced the problems firsthand.
It happened once when we were flooded.
What did you do?
We had to wait for people to come down, and we says, well, we haven't got a phone to tell anybody, you know. Water was all round us and just coming through the front door.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The first issue is the landlines. But the team can't just lay new phone cables because the cost is enormous. Second is mobile phone reception. Welsh hills and the lack of phone masts mean it's often nigh impossible to get connected.
Challenge number 1 would be my daughter Ellen. That scares me more.
Mum Amanda thinks it's putting her children's health at risk.
About 2-year-old, we had what they thought at the time was an asthmatic attack, which now has been proved to be an anaphylactic reaction.
Oh wow.
Within an hour after a nap, we had breathing difficulties and various things had to be rushed. We've had to go into hospital. We've relied on an air ambulance. We're under the care of a dermatology, a paediatrician and an ophthalmologist, aren't we? So we rely quite heavily on
where are they
communication.
located?
But the biggest issue for many here is the internet.
Internet connection, it is just pathetic. I'm sure.
People need the internet for paying taxes, shopping, homework. But broadband internet is almost non-existent here.
What should be done in 10 minutes will take him 3/4 of an hour.
The village of Staylittle is not alone. For big phone operators, small villages are just not a commercial priority.
Shall I call my mum? Yeah, you call your mum, come on. You got a tone?
It doesn't sound like a phone that works.
No, I think...
Why does it say email, text, phone?
And it's a sticker that someone's put on there. I mean, is
it a joke?
In fact, there are 80,000 not spots across the UK, affecting millions of people. It's an enormous issue for rural businesses and households across the country. We head to London to report back to the rest of the team.
Why is it that Wales hasn't got this? I mean, how is this not happening?
Why is this a thing?
Yeah. Slightly bemused.
Yeah. The mind boggles at this. I can't believe that this is a problem right now. It's just... Why? How? It's such a small island where we are.
Even in Australia, we have phone booths with solar panels on top in the middle of the desert.
I mean, back in Canada, tiny coastal communities, you know, similar to this, less than 100 people live there, and it's still there, and it works, and it's reliable all the time.
In fact, all of Staylittle's communication problems can be solved if they have the internet. Villagers can surf the web and make phone calls over the net. But how will the team bring the internet to a remote village? Around the world, tech companies are spending millions tackling the same problem. Google have tried floating huge balloons over New Zealand to create a wireless network. Facebook have been flying vast solar-powered internet drones. The team's budget doesn't extend quite that far, but can they come up with something better? The team are still on the hunt for an affordable way to bring 21st century communication to the village of Staylittle.
More excitement because I have a mashed potato.
Ross thinks he may have found the answer to the village's ancient phone lines and almost non-existent internet. It's a piece of kit from South Africa with the catchy name of a mashed potato. When you install one in your house and your neighbours have one too, it creates a link between you.
I'm going to plug it into the wall.
You can phone and share the internet with them. Each time someone new installs a mashed potato, they also join the network. Before long, there's a communication mesh across the village. The mashed potato uses the same technology as your internet router or Wi-Fi hub at home.
Oh my God. Hello? It's working. It's actually working. That's so cool. I've basically built a phone network.
But first, Ross and Ryan must persuade the villagers to let them install their potatoes.
Morning. Good morning, everybody. A lot of the kit they're working with is cutting-edge technology. So, Ross, why don't you explain them?
The underlying bit of infrastructure is this. It's got an amazing name. It's called a mesh potato. You're not dependent on a telecoms company to install it and maintain it. You switch it on, and it connects to any other mesh potatoes that it can see. In the back of them, they have a port that says phone.
So I've got one here.
Some of us remember those phones.
So basically,
you need to pick it up first, man.
Yeah, I know.
Good.
Well, thank you. So I pick it up.
Does the dial not turn? Very good.
Hey, Ryan, how's it
What's
going?
going on, man? Yeah, I'm cool. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
He's from Canada.
It's great to speak to you.
So, are you willing then that we could all connect up and phone each other when the landlines went down, so that if somebody was ill, they could phone them? See, that sounds like a brilliant idea to me.
That's what I was really, really hoping you'd say.
That's the other question. This is connecting us all together here.
Yeah.
What about connecting to the big, wide world?
What we're proposing as a network that we want to build can grow. It can grow to include people that are further away from the village, and it can also grow eventually to places where there is a decent internet connection.
You're talking about connecting people up within the village and then connecting the village up with the outside world. Is that fair to say?
Exactly.
At this stage, you don't really know what is capable with the kit. So you don't know. You're going to try your best, but...
We're going to do some tests tomorrow. There are limitations in what we can do.
18 homes sign up to Ryan and Ross's plan to establish a localised phone and internet network.
We're having fun. This is a fun thing.
What I love about it is it's so democratic. It's like we are literally building a telecommunications company, basically, a full telecommunications infrastructure.
With building and everything.
With, like, you know, stuff that you can just buy for, you know, tens of pounds. Like that's amazing.
How are you going to resolve that really crucial element, which is getting the internet into the community?
So we need to find out where around here we can get decent internet connection on the cellular network.
And then pipe it in some way from there to here?
Yeah.
To bring the internet to the village, just one mesh potato needs to be connected to a strong cellular internet signal. That signal can then be shared with everyone in the network. So we're going on a hunt to find the strongest signal in this vast valley.
So we've lost the tower. This one on Talk Mobile lost the tower about... oh no, we got one now. The Vodafone one has a tower again.
I have lost all hope.
Really?
Driving through it in this thing and up and down, I've lost all hope.
Have you left them? You've just shut them out the window back there?
Literally, they might as well be back in London.
Back Back in Wales, Ryan and Ross are still hunting for an internet signal. They've taped a router and antennae to the roof of the car and are driving around the valley. They're trying to sniff out an internet signal that's strong enough to beam down to the village of Staylittle.
We wrote an app last night here. The idea is basically that we sort of drive around and hopefully we're able to record automatically where we got a decent internet connection. When it makes a success, the top of the screen will turn green. We've got the model here as well. So right now we're about here.
Their homemade app will notify them every time they get lucky.
Ah, hang on.
I'm getting nothing.
I'm getting something. But what that means is the internet here is not good enough to do anything with.
No, I agree.
Okay.
So let's keep going up the hill. Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, I got success.
Success.
You can see the
everything.
village.
Just under a mile outside the village, they've hit the jackpot. A very strong cellular internet signal.
What's really convenient is that we're parked right next to a big post. So basically we could stick a base station up here that then can bridge between the mesh network that we build in Staylittle and the wider internet, and we can do it with a reasonable bandwidth that's good enough to make a phone call out to the regular phone line.
Man, what a change from yesterday, hey? This is it. I mean, this is the most important part of the fix. If this doesn't work, we might as well go home.
With the help of a couple of satellite engineers, they install kit that will capture the strong signal and beam the connection down to the village.
It's all yours, guys.
Are we trying to hit...
I'll show you. You see, there's a rooftop just sticking over the top of the hill there. That's the community center.
Hello.
Ross starts planting meshed potatoes around the village, giving each one a unique address so they're ready to receive the internet signal from high up on the hill.
Signal strength is 100%, man. It's gonna work.
If I log into this IP address. Disappointing. It's disappointing.
As the weather sets in, there's a problem. Ross and Ryan have promised the villagers internet and phone by the morning, but their connection isn't reaching the village.
Definitely something wrong with Mesh Potato. I think it got reset while we were configuring it. So now it's sort of in la-la land.
One of the transmitters at the top of the post is faulty, but it's 18 feet off the ground.
Okay, but the point is up. Up as in very high up, so if it's not working, we're screwed. Can't feel my hands. Nothing works. I'm cold. It's windy. And Russ keeps talking to me and he's really happy. Sheep is looking at me. What do you want? Internet? I'm working on it, all right? I don't want to go back up the goddamn ladder. Oh.
Can't see anything, so I think we've got to pack up.
I really don't want to, but okay. I agree.
It's going to run.
That's what I've thought this whole time. That's what I've thought this whole time.
And now you don't.
Yeah.
The next morning, I join Ross and Ryan for a grand unveiling of Staylittle's cutting-edge communication network. But it's not looking good.
So that is the long-distance connection that's essential.
And I'm going to try and get that up right now.
Okay, wow.
There's a problem in Endaf's barn. The mesh potato installed here should receive the internet signal first and then beam it to the houses. If it doesn't, no one gets the internet.
So your priority now, just to be clear, is to talk to the mesh potato on the pole.
That's right. Okay, so I've got an IP address clash between this and the thing on the pole. It's just difficult. It's just really freaking difficult.
112, Ross.
Copy that. Our nano station is on 12.
I see you.
Wicked. Well done, Ryan.
What have you done?
I got Google in the barn.
He's done it! He's just accessed the internet and he's got a web page.
There you go.
All right, I'm looking for the Wi-Fi. Come up almost immediately. Palace wall scaled by convicted killer.
That's impressive.
That is impressive.
This is actually working.
Thanks very much, guys.
Okay. Oh, man hugs.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations to you as well, man. Nice work, dude.
So well done.
Yeah,
Yay!
right on, man. Yes.
I'd say have a lie down in the sun and
No,
have
we
a
got work
rest
to
for
do.
a bit. But you haven't
We
got
got work to
time.
With the system now live, Ross and Ryan begin visiting the residents to deliver phone lines and the internet.
Your phone line here is actually down, right?
Yeah. You haven't been able to call your mum for a couple of days?
No.
And this will be the first time you're calling her?
That's right.
Hi, hello, Mum. It's David. No, I'm not ill. No. Okay. It's top of the world. It's fantastic. Over the moon with both of you.
Hello.
We're connected.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Awesome.
Yes.
Rugby.
Here you go, look. Can you see?
Yeah.
Hello, Marion. This is Neris here. I'm ringing you with a new system, and it's great. It's working.
So, can you see we've got Stay Little Telecom?
Oh, yeah. Very impressive. Very impressive.
Hi, Martin. Oh, hooray!
It's been really, really hard. It's been a bit scrappy, but it's fundamentally the key elements are in and working.
What's the cost per household?
Round about £100 per household.
Well, that's not too bad. That's for the kit.
For the kit.
That's just for the
And what about the ongoing costs?
It's going to be about 15 or 20 quid per household per year.
Wow, that's cheap for an emergency backup phone service and basic access to the internet.
That's pretty good.
That's astonishing. Group hug.
Right.